In today's video, you are going to learn everything you need to know about the present continuous. You will learn when to use it and when you shouldn't use it. You'll learn how to write sentences and questions in the present continuous, and you'll take a quick quiz to test your knowledge. Make sure you download the free present continuous PDF. It has all the information from this video, and you can find it in the description. The present continuous has a few names. Some people call it the present simple continuous. Others call it the present progressive. They are all the same thing. It just has a few different names. So, we use the present continuous to talk about things that are happening now, right now at this moment. For example, you are watching this video. You're watching it now. But we also use the present continuous to talk about things that are happening around now. For example, I'm reading a new book. Okay, I'm not reading it at this moment, not right now, but I started in the past and I will finish in the future. I'm in the middle. So I use the present continuous. I'm reading a new book. Here are some more examples. I'm teaching English right now. I'm learning Italian. Okay, I started learning in the past and I'll finish learning in the future. I'm in the middle. I'm learning Italian. Now you try. Is this happening now or around now?
You're lying, and I'm not leaving until I get some answers. You're lying, and I'm not leaving until I get some answers. You're lying, and I'm not leaving until I get some answers.
This is happening now.
Excuse me, so sorry, I'm coming through, sorry. Excuse me, so sorry, I'm coming through, sorry. Excuse me, so sorry, I'm coming through, sorry.
This is also happening now.
Taking a break from acting. Taking a break from acting. Taking a break from acting.
This is happening around now. The break started in the past and it will finish in the future.
My life is flying by. My life is flying by. My life is flying by.
This one is also around now. Her life started flying by in the past and hopefully it will finish flying by in the future.
And now you're falling asleep while I talk to you. And now you're falling asleep while I talk to you. And now you're falling asleep while I talk to you.
This one is now.
I'm telling you, I'm not hiding anything. I'm telling you, I'm not hiding anything. I'm telling you, I'm not hiding anything.
This one is also now.
They're offering me 1,000 quid. They're offering me 1,000 quid. They're offering me 1,000 quid.
This one is around now. The offer was started in the past and it will end in the future.
You happen to be developing a very bad attitude, young man. You happen to be developing a very bad attitude, young man. You happen to be developing a very bad attitude, young man.
This one is also around now. Developing something takes time. Now you know that we use the present continuous for things happening right now and around now. But there are some times where it feels like we should use the present continuous, but actually we shouldn't. Like with permanent situations or things that don't change. Here are two sentences. I'm living in London. I live in London. Only one of these means it won't change. I live in London. We use the present simple for things that don't change. So this present continuous sentence, I'm living in London, has a slightly different meaning. It means I'm living in London, but I think I will move soon. Okay, it's not permanent. You use ing, continuous, when we're in the middle of something. It has a start and it has an end. Here's another example. I'm working as a teacher. I work as a teacher. I'm working as a teacher. It gives me the feeling that you might quit. You might get a different job soon. But I work as a teacher tells me that that's permanent. That's what you're going to do for your whole life. There are also some verbs called stative verbs, which are pretty much permanent, like I know or I like. Here's an example. I know the answer. Okay, that doesn't easily change. You can't forget the answer that easily. I knowing the answer doesn't really make sense. Or another one, I like biscuits, right? It's not really easy to change the things you like. So it's weird to say I'm liking biscuits. And one more, facts. Water is boiling at 100 degrees. Okay, bit strange, because that's a fact, it's science, it doesn't change. Water boils at 100 degrees. That's much better. To make the present continuous, you need two things. First, you need the verb to be. That's is, am, or are. Second, you need a verb ing. Maybe it's dancing, singing, working, or teaching. So let's make a sentence. We'll start with a positive sentence. Usually, we start with a subject. For example, a pronoun. I, he, she, it, you, we, they. You could also use a noun as a subject, like the baby or the babies, right? Next up, we need the verb to be. Make sure you choose the correct verb to be for the subject. Okay? That's I am, he, she, it, the baby is, you, we, they, the babies are. Okay? Next up is verb ing. Let's say learning. I am learning, he is learning, you are learning. And that's a good sentence. We could stop there. But sometimes we want to give more information. We do that with an object. I am learning English, she is learning English, you are learning English. And we can shorten those too. I'm learning English, she's learning English, they are learning English. To make a negative sentence, we just add not after the verb to be. I'm not learning English. The baby isn't learning English. We aren't learning English. To make a question, we take a positive sentence and we move the verb to be to the start. Am I learning English? Is she learning English? Are they learning English? This is a closed question, a yes-no question. To answer it, we need the verb to be again. We don't really need the verb ing. So, yes I am, no I'm not. Yes she is, no she isn't. Yes they are, no they aren't. If you want to ask a question and get more information back, you need to ask an open question. All you need to do is add a question word. Why am I learning English? Where is she learning English? When are we learning English? Now you know everything you need to know about the present continuous. You know when you should use it and when you shouldn't use it. And you know how to make it. So now it's time to test your knowledge. I have 8 questions for you. And all you have to do is take the verb in the brackets and put it in the gap. You'll probably need a verb to be too. We'll do the first one together. A new book right now. Okay, it's going to be ing. So I reading. I need a verb to be there. Is, am, are. I am reading a new book right now. Now you try. The verb to be for she is, and we just put on ing. She is learning to cook Italian food. The verb to be for they is are. They are walking to the park. We've got a negative sentence here, so we need to remember that sentence order. Not goes after the verb to be. He is not studying for his exam. This one is a question, and we already have the verb to be at the start, are. So all we have to do is put ing on the verb. Are you watching TV? Another negative sentence here. Again, the verb to be goes before not. They are not working today. We have an open question here, and we already have a question word, what? So the next word should be the verb to be. So which one matches with you? What are you doing? Am is the verb to be for I. I am driving to the airport. Before we finish, I just wanted to share an advanced use of the present continuous. It is advanced, but natives use it every day. They use the present continuous for the future. Here are some examples. I'm having dinner with friends on Friday. We're going to the park later. What are we doing this weekend? Okay, these phrases tell me it is the future. On Friday, later, this weekend. So, if you add a phrase like this to the end of your present continuous sentence, then you can talk about the future too. Sometimes, though, natives don't use these phrases. If something is about to happen, they just don't use a phrase. Particularly if the verb is go or come or leave. Here are some examples. I'm going to bed. I'm leaving for my art class. Today you learned how to talk about things happening now and around now. You learned that we don't use the present continuous for permanent situations. You learned that to make the present continuous, we use the verb to be and verb ing. But the present continuous isn't the only time you use verb ing. Check out this sentence. I stopped sleeping. This isn't the present continuous. Sleeping is a gerund. And this sentence, I stopped to sleep. Now we're using an infinitive. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, subscribe so you don't miss my next video on gerunds and infinitives.